welcome to this week's video. This week we need to do some serious stash busting of the yarn. My yarn stash has just got so wildly out of control and I just don't know how that's happened. That's a lie, I absolutely do know how that's happened. I can't stop buying yarn. But with the pop-up shop and all the craft fairs I've got towards the end of the year coming up very fast, I know that now is the perfect opportunity to use up as much of this yarn as I possibly can. I'm gonna get myself to the point of in projects. If I do need to buy the yarn, that's fine, but I want the majority of everything prepped before I then work out what yarn I need, so I'm not buying yarn unnecessarily. That's the plan. So that's the plan for today's video. Just join me for a bit of a crochet vlog stash busting exercise. Hopefully it will also inspire you to go and do the exact same thing. I'll share with you the bits that I'm working on. I do need to take a little trip to Hobbycraft, and I know that sounds like I'm about to go and buy yarn, but I was gonna say I won't. Let's be honest, I can't guarantee I won't, but I'm not planning to go and buy some yarn, so you can follow along and see whether I successfully manage to avoid the yarn section. I'll have a little nosy, but I don't think I'll be buying anything. I do want to go and grab a planner from there because I've seen someone share on TikTok this incredible planner. It's like a binder and inside it is like separate notebooks, and it would be ideal for my crochet, ideal for pattern designing, ideal for notes and everything in between. It's not on their website, but it is new. So I'm just hoping that they haven't quite updated it yet. Fingers crossed. I do have 2 Hobbycrafts in my area, but I will be only going to the one, I think, and then hopefully just wait for it to come online. I also want to grab some more baubles that I will share with you, and I also want to see if they've got any foliage kind of thing that I can use to take some better content photos of my patterns. That's the plan. That is the sole purpose for going to Hobbycraft. So I want to head there now first thing before it gets busy this afternoon, and then we will come back and we will start stash busting, and I will again share with you the things I'm working on for the craft fairs. Hopefully give you all a little bit of inspiration to A, start crocheting on your craft fairs, because I know many of you have got them coming up, and B, to start using some of the yarn in your stash, especially as we've just had Aldi yarn event, so therefore I guarantee you've also got loads of yarn. So come on, let's head straight to Hobbycraft now, and then we will regroup when I am back. Okie dokie, we are in the car. Now we are going to head on over to Hobbycraft. Have I been there recently? I might, oh yeah, no I did. I went last weekend actually because I grabbed some baubles. That's why I know they've got them and I want to get them again. I've already got another pack, but I just don't know how many to make. I don't know whether they're going to be that popular or not, but I want to be prepared. If not, I will put them all on my Christmas tree. That's not a problem. Also, anyone got any suggestions of some other Christmassy bits that I can do, let me know, drop me a comment. Yeah, sun is shining. It's nice for October, isn't it? It's not that warm, but the sun is shining, so any excuse to get the sunglasses out again for the last few times this year, I'm sure. I'm really hoping they have that planner. I really want it. It was so good. I'm sure it will be on the website soon if it's not in the store. So mine's only a very small store. So anyway, I will stop chatting. Let's head on over to Hobbycraft. Goods secured in Hobbycraft, and I did get the planner. Although I had to dig around to try and find one because they had loads. They had a bright orange, a blue, a grey and a beige. They were all really dirty, and they were all marked or scuffed, or glue was like on them still. So that was, it literally took me ages to try and find one. I was being very particular about it. So I've had to go with a blue one, but I'll share that with you when I get home. I did get 1 skein of yarn, but purely because I don't have that colourway and I think it will look really cute in an earwarmer headband for the craft fairs, but I just bought one, £3, that's it. And then I got a few other little bits, which I will share with you. So let's get home and I will give you a tiny little Hobbycraft haul, and then we can start stash busting. Okay, I completely forgot and I got carried away crocheting and didn't do a haul from Hobbycraft. So I'm now gonna do it. There's one thing I can't show you because it is for my mother-in-law for Christmas, and she does crochet and she does occasionally watch my videos. Hi Joe, if you're watching. So I won't be sharing that. I've got a few other bits that I can share. So the whole purpose in going was to get this. So this is the refillable planner. Like I said in the clip before, there was like hot orange, like a bright luminous orange, a beige, a grey, a blue, and they were all so badly damaged. I don't know whether they were like damaged in the transition into the shop or whether someone putting them out has just damaged them all, but I got the best of a bad bunch. This one's not so bad, but when I literally say I went through them all, I went through them all. But this is it, and essentially inside you've got four, I don't know if you can see, separate notebooks, and they're refillable. So you essentially can take out one of the books and each one has got a different cover on. This is so ideal for my pattern designs, for my crochet notes. Each pad can be for something else, and it's all stored away in this little binder. It was £8. I think that's such a good price. I'm really impressed with that. I am a little bit disappointed I couldn't get the colour I wanted, but never mind. So yeah, my plan is to start using this today, no time like the present. I am one of those people that I love stationery, I love notebooks, but if I mess up the first page and I don't want to use it anymore, so having this as refillable and a cover on each little notebook is so ideal for me. That sounds silly, I know, but I'm sure I'm not alone in that. So I did grab this. Got a Christmas pattern coming out very, very soon that I will be asking for testers for, and this is what I use. And essentially it is just little plastic Christmas baubles that you put together, and I've created a crochet pattern to put around the outside. I did try stuffing the pattern, but it didn't look that great. So these little baubles are perfect. I think they are £4 for 6 if I remember correctly. So you can definitely get them cheaper online than you can in Hobbycraft, but I'm impatient, I couldn't bother to wait, and I wanted to go grab another box. So I've got these. I don't think there's sizing on it, so I will look online and can give you that information if that's helpful. I did pick up one single skein of yarn, which I'm very impressed with myself, and this is the Everyday Knit Craft. I really, really like this yarn. I used to buy it all the time when I first started crocheting, but I really liked this colourway. You will see why when I update you on my current projects shortly. So yeah, I just grabbed that one skein. This was £3. Then I picked up this. So this is paper eucalyptus pick green sticks. And I picked this as to try and use it as decor for some content photos, essentially, for some of my pieces. The price of this has actually shocked me. This was £2.50. There is... Oh, I thought they were separate. I'm even more annoyed now. They're not. They're put together. £2.50. How mental. I actually thought they were individual and I didn't think it was all too bad. I can separate them out. Wow. That's extortionate, isn't it? £2.50. I'm actually annoyed I've paid for that and bought that now, but too late, I guess. And then that's it. That's all I got from Hobbycraft. Actually very, very impressed with myself. I refrained from buying much more than one skein of yarn, so that's good. You can see in the background my absolute mountain of all my crocheting that I'm currently working on as we speak. I'm right in the depth of craft fair projects. I'm starting to get nervous. I'm starting to get anxious that I'm not going to have enough time. I also get to the point where I feel really overwhelmed with crocheting if I'm doing it too much too. So we're just going to go with it and see what happens. So I'm going to give you a really quick run through I've been making the last few weeks. I am going to do another video of everything that I've made for the craft fairs, but this is just the pieces that I've made trying to get through a lot of my yarn that I have. So I'll give you a little bit of a run through. So I have been very much in my ear warmer headband era. So I've done this green one. This is going to be my new crochet pattern that is with testers at the moment and will be out to you all around the end of October. So keep your eyes peeled on that. It is the Lunar Bow ear warmer headband. And I've made it in this gorgeous green tweed. I've also made it in this really lovely white tweed with like pink and grey speckles in it. We've got this one that I've made with the yarn that I got from the Hobby yarn bundle. So that's cute. We've got this one that I've made out of the yarn I had in my stash from the turkey yarn that I got when I was on holiday in June. And then I've also prepped another cream. We've prepped a pink, which is speckled too, and a red that is tweed and speckled. So now you see why I wanted this one, because it matches all the others. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 earwarmer headbands there. And I'm absolutely sure I've made a couple more and they're stored away already. But yeah, so that's quite a few earwarmer headbands, and I've literally used yarn from my stash for these, so I'm very impressed with myself. Using the same tweed yarn, I have made a scarf. This is my own pattern again. I've not written this up yet, but I need to. And this is super cute with some really lovely tassels on the bottom. I want to make another one of these in this yarn because I think that would be really cute, and I'm thinking of doing the tassels in these two colours. I think that would be really lovely. So this is probably a project I will try and get on the hook this week. And then I've been on a mission with my book sleeves, my Oh Sweet Daisy pattern book sleeve. So I've got this one, which is my absolute favourite, this one, and this one. This one on the hook at the moment, and I started when I got distracted when I got back from Hobbycraft making another beige one. I think I'm going to try and see if I've got any grey in my stash, because I think a grey one would be really nice too. But I'm just so conscious that I'm a very pastel, colourful type of person. Not everyone loves that colour. Not everyone likes colour. A lot of people like muted colours too. So that's why I did this one. And actually, it's transpired to be my favourite. This is the one that I would keep, I think. So this one may even get left behind so I can keep it. This one, again, is quite a muted colour one. So I think during this vlog, I'm going to work on definitely some more book sleeves. How many have I got? 1, 2... including the ones I haven't finished, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will probably make 10. I think my biggest concern is that at the end of October, I have a craft fair on the Saturday, and then I have the pop-up shop on the Sunday. And I knew, like, historically from last year, the first year I did craft fairs, I know I didn't sell out. I know I didn't sell everything. I know I've still got loads that I can bring forward this year. However, my concern is, what and if this year it is really successful? If that's the case, then I'm going to be leaving myself with nothing for the pop-up shop on Sunday, and I can't do that. So I think that's why I'm panicking. I think I'm overthinking that I need to crochet a lot to make sure, if worst case scenario, which would be best case scenario, of course it would, that does happen and I sell a lot on that Saturday, that I still have stuff for the Sunday. So I think that's why I'm over prepping. I don't know what I'm going to do if I actually don't sell anything, because then I've just got far too much crochet stuff, because I don't sell my crochet projects the rest of the year. I am going to do crochet kits too, but that's not what this video is about. So we are going to start using up some yarn. I have got this basket here full of like half used cotton yarn that I would like to try and use up. I've already pulled out these pinks, so I've definitely got enough here for the outer colour, and then these two for the inner colours I think would be super cute. That would use up that yarn for sure. And then, like I said, just a mountain of cotton yarn, which will probably give a lot of you OCD, I'm sorry. Yeah, shall we get crocheting and make a start? Finish up this one, because then we can tick that off the list. Crochet hook, of course, is on the other end of the sofa. Yesterday, because I haven't made one of these in a week or so. I had a little break, so I made quite a few in a long, like a big chunk. I realised that I needed to pull the pattern up on my iPad. This is my own pattern. I wrote this, so therefore I should know it. I absolutely did not. I had to check what I was doing, so I didn't have a clue. I just forgotten. I knew the general gist, but how to do it as a whole, I'd forgotten, like what step came next. I will link this pattern in the description of this video if any of you want to check it out. I do have it as an individual pattern, you can grab it on its own. It's the Old Sweet Daisy book sleeve, but I also do it in a bundle with the Old Sweet Daisy Kindle case, so you can get both for a discounted price. What are you guys working on at the moment? Are you craft fair prepping? I think you all probably, a lot of you probably will be. I know I've had conversations with a few people and I know they are. I also think I've got a lot of ends to weave in, which I'm not looking forward to at all. Just finishing up this round there. I've got one more round and it's done. Ignoring all the ends that need to be weaved in, but they don't count, right? I think I might just have to have a weaving in evening nearer the time of the craft event. Finished! Obviously, with the exception of weaving in all those pesky ends. So that is now another one to add to the pile of book sleeves that have been completed. Hello, so we are picking this vlog back up. There's been a few days in between, but I wanted to show you the stash busting that I've done this week. I'm actually really impressed with myself, and I'm hoping you've all done exactly the same, and I'm going to continue this stash busting. I'm not finishing here by any stretch of the imagination. However, I do have a confession, but I'm going to say I've done it for all of your own benefit. I have done a yarn order. So we have got a Wool Warehouse cotton Aran yarn haul coming very soon. I also really wanted to do a comparison between Drops Paris and the new Aran from Wool Warehouse, because we all know my love and passion for Drops Paris, and I wanted to see whether this is an alternative, because so far I haven't found one. So watch out for that video, and many of you have actually messaged me to ask if I was going to do that, so I felt like it was my obligation to do that for you. So yep, I have got a haul. I did need some new colours actually, because I am flying through my stash. So let me give you a little update and let you know where we got to. Let me get my big box of stuff out and I will update you all. So I left you when I was finishing off this one. I have then done this one with the yarn already in my stash, which is super cute. You've seen this one. I've then got this one on my hook, which is another new one to use up some yarn from my stash, which I'm very impressed with. I then last night started this colour variation, and I think I'm only going to do maybe one or two more and I'm done then. I just want to do some Christmassy colours, which was what I needed the yarn haul for. So yeah, that will be coming very soon. And then in terms of using up my yarn stash, so this is definitely not my vibe. I'm not loving this, but I had so much green in my stash and I thought I need to use this. So I thought, you know what, let's make some tote bags, because I needed to make some anyway for the pop-up shop and craft fairs. So let's just do it. It might not be my colour vibe, but it certainly might be someone else's. That is my thoughts. And then I thought, as I was making these, I'd committed at this point. I was like, really don't like this. And I thought, I know what, I'm gonna border it in like a creamy off-white colour and hope that that pulls it all together. And I think it has in some respects. I've also been in this position before where I've made loads of granny squares and really haven't liked them until I've made it into a tote bag, and then it's really come together. So I am somewhat hoping that that's going to be the case with these. So we'll see. Hopefully in my next vlog, I will be able to give you an update and that would have been completed. All of this was used in stash busting my yarn. So I'm really impressed with that. And I've used quite a lot of the green now. So that's done with 2. I then, when Yarn Smith came out with their cotton yarn a few months back now, they did DK first, didn't they? And that's when I remember saying to you, I wonder if they're going to do an Aran. Well, I bought quite a few of that DK. And I don't know why I did it, because I actually don't like DK cotton yarn very much. But I wanted to make something Christmassy. So I am introducing to you my next crochet pattern that I hope you are all as excited as I am. I'm just putting them all on my hand so I can show you them. I've made quite a few, and at the beginning of this vlog I showed you that I went to Hobbycraft to get some Christmas baubles. Ta-da! These are the Love and Yarn Studio Christmas baubles. Pattern is out for testing right now, so if you want to pattern test these patterns, head on over to my Instagram, drop your name in, and I will be announcing the pattern testers, I think early next week. So there is still time for you to head on over if you want to pattern test these. My Instagram is just Love and Yarn Studio. You can find me there. I'll give you a bit of a closer look, but they're so cute. So these have got the Hobbycraft baubles underneath them, and they're made up of 2 parts, and you just join them together to cover the plastic baubles. I've done some rogue ones, so like some pink Christmas decorations, but as well as that I have done the classic Christmas colours, which have turned out so amazing. I have used the like string that's come with them, but I've actually ordered some more, like a thicker one, because I think that will look nicer. So, oh, there's a hair attached to that, standard as crochet with long hair. So yeah, these are so cute. I'm in love with how they are so quick and easy to crochet up, and they are using Yarn Smith's cotton DK, which I actually really like. So yeah, I want to make some more, but I've used my yarn in my stash for these, which I'm really impressed with. So again, another really good, and this is another one, like a bluey version. I'm trying to think of the colours people typically have on their Christmas tree. So yeah, that's another stash busting success. So all in all, this week has been really, really good. I think, is that all I've made? What I have got though is this box, which is bigger than how it was at the beginning of this vlog, full of scrap yarn, which is just evidence that I'm getting through it. This is all like yarn that's been started, probably not quite enough for one full project, but enough to make granny squares with. I essentially need to make more crochet tote bags. I will make maybe a couple more book sleeves because I've got really high hopes for them. So I'm really hoping that comes together. Got a whole basket here full of granny squares that are either completed, need adding to, need finishing, to be able to turn them into something beautiful. So this is going to be quite high on my to-do list for the upcoming week. But, and I also actually need to finish these too. They need to be finished. But this is my kind of box, which is basically completed crochet projects with the essence of literally just joining them together. They won't take me very long. I'm just trying to decide of what method to join them, whether to do the twist or whether to do my new crochet pattern that is out with testers right now. I really do love this. I think this size is too small. Oh no, they're so cute. Perfect for cozy season coming up very, very soon. So the pattern for this will be released, I think I've set it for the 19th of October, but I will confirm that nearer the time for you guys, so you can go and grab it, because if you've got craft events, these are the perfect quick easy crochet project to have on your table and work on, as are these. So I am just going to continue stash busting. If you have any good stash busting project ideas, drop me a comment and let me know. And I really hope I've inspired you to go and grab your crochet stash and start working through it. I, like I said, have done a yarn order, but that's probably out of necessity. What I have done though, which I'm really proud of, is where I'm trying to use up a lot of my Drops Paris stash, just to clear some space, if I'm working on a project and I run out, I'm just making a list of the yarn that I actually need, because what I typically do, go on Wool Warehouse's website and I just go, oh, I like that colour, I like that colour, and I have no method or reason for buying that yarn. But I don't want to do that for my next yarn order. I want to basically just go in and order exactly what I need. So for an example, I've run out of this brown and I need another skein of it to finish this off. So I've just popped that in my basket and I've wrote that down, so I just get the one skein to finish this off. And then also I know I won't have enough of this off-white colour to finish these granny squares, so I've added a couple of skeins to my basket. So I'm just trying to be sensible with my yarn buying at the moment, because I just need to start using up some of my stash. It's just getting a little bit out of hand at the moment. So yeah, I will update you. I will do a part 2, or I think this might even be part 2 already actually. I will do a part 3 of stash busting. Let me know what you've managed to stash bust this week. Have you used up much of your yarn? What are you currently working on, and what is on your crochet hook? I do hope you've enjoyed this vlog. Don't forget to drop any comments or ask me any questions in the comments box below. I will drop the pattern, as I said, the link to this in my bio. And then I will let you all know when the earwarmer headband and the Christmas bauble is out. Like I said, if you want to pattern test this, please head on over to my Instagram so you can pop your name into the mix. I would love to have some of you from YouTube over there to pattern test my upcoming crochet patterns. Thank you so much for clicking and joining me for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will speak to you all very, very soon.